Good morning, car beautiful people. How you doing on this fantastic day? It's Wednesday today, so let's go through what's been sold overnight. I wouldn't say worrying, because I generally have a steady influx of income coming in from the eBay sales and the Vinted sales. But yeah, Tuesday was a very, very quiet day. Nothing was happening online all day. Then all of a sudden, at around about 6:30, 7 o'clock, people must have been going on their phones looking for things to buy, things they want. And yeah, so I had a few big sales. A few big sales, a couple of medium sales and a couple of low sales go out just to keep the revenue coming in. So without further ado, guys, let's go through these sales with you. So I have two products, 1 and 2. If you know, you know. They're kind of like retro toys from the 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010. They're the Simon range. And they're the interactive games which light up in a colour pattern. And basically you've got to follow the pattern, you know, to win your prize, to beat your teammates, right? Very, very good, stimulating toys. Anyway, more to the point. What do we pay for these? Well, bear in mind, I've had them in the shop now for 8-9 months ago. I purchased them originally when I was first started doing the reselling business, guys, because I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. And with this game, every day is a learning curve. You always get to learn new products, you know, what the sell-through rates are, etc., etc. However, I only paid 50p per item at a car boot sale, so I knew my money was safe. But like I said, they've been sat around now for 9 months plus. That's a long time for it to be sitting on the shelves, right? A long time. At one stage, I even considered donating it to the charity shops so somebody else can get better use out of it, you know. Anyway, so 50p each paid. That's £1 for 50p, all working, all singing, all dancing, all lighting, all music activated. So £1, and I flipped that into £8. So money's money, isn't it, guys? Money's money. Anyway, moving on. You probably saw these in the charity shop hunt only last week, right? You came along with me, you saw what I was looking at, you saw the comps online, what they can potentially go for. Right, so it's summertime, so always look out for decent branded shorts. You can see those. Does that ring any bells, guys? Does it ring any bells? You tell me. So the brand is, yep, they're the Ralphies, guys. They're the Ralphies. They've gone, they sold. I knew they wouldn't last too long. Right, I listed them on both platforms, eBay and, of course, the Vinted, right? Last night, as well, I sold them as well, right? So on Vinted, I listed them about £5 cheaper than I listed them on eBay. So I had a customer come up saying, you know, would you take, well, sorry, I had them listed at $29.99. They came back and said, will you take 15? I was like, no, sorry, I've got them listed on other platforms, right? You know, why would I take 15 when I've got watchers on the eBay at $29.99? Came back and the customer on Vinted said, oh, you'll never sell them for that price. And I'm being sarcastic. I'm not paying, you know, the offer. Because I set an offer of $26.99, and they were like, oh, I'm not going to pay that price. You never sell them at that price. I was like, my friend. So I went onto the eBay app, the solds on vintage items on the particular brand of the shorts. And I says, thank you very much for your input. I said, but these are the previous solds on eBay, you know, going at around $29.99 to $34.99. And they said, oh, you're welcome. I think they were trying to be sarcastic. Literally within a couple of minutes, I got an offer in for about £26.24 on eBay. Someone made me an offer. I just accepted it because, guys, I only paid £5 for it, right? £5. So that's £21 profit just for me to list it, you know, and advertise it, sort of thing, so to speak. So anyway, blabbing on a bit, but it gives you a kind of psyche into the minds of those customers on Vinted that don't want to pay more than a 50p to £1 in their mindset. Guys, right, let me move on. That's a whole new topic to be getting on with, isn't it? As you know. Right, looking at my list again. Here we go. This was a Vinted purchase. So I've literally bought it on Vinted about 2-3 weeks ago, and I flipped it on eBay. So, Vinted to eBay. It's a GPO wall-mounted clock. There you go. That's what you're looking out for. The listing said new with tags, which it is. Obviously, the box was a bit tattered. And when they sent it from Vinted, here's another thing with Vinted sellers, guys, right? So, yeah, the box is in 9 out of 10 condition-wise. But when they sent it, would you believe all they'd done was literally stuck sellotape around that way and sent the box as it is, like this. I was like, oh, I'm never going to get maximum money for this box. However, I used this glue sticky removal residue liquid, which you can buy in most hardware shops for a couple of quid. And it literally takes off like stickers from charity shop stickers and things like that. I managed to get most of that sellotape mark off. And yeah, so the box still looks pretty good, but the product inside is untapered. So anyway, on Vinted, I purchased it for, sorry if I keep looking away, £7.50. £7.50 I paid on the Vinted. And I flipped it, yes guys, onto the eBay for £31.04. Nice. Thank you very much. That's a lovely little sale there. Right, let's have a look. Right, I have a Logic TV just there, guys. This one here. I literally purchased that at the car boot in Taplow. Was it this weekend? No, I didn't go Taplow weekend this weekend. Oh, the previous weekend, Taplow. Only got round to listing it literally about 3 days ago. Yeah, that's how much stock I've got to list, etc., etc. So literally listed it 3 days ago. It's been online maybe 1 day and a half, and it sold yesterday night. Again, I think if you look back at the previous video at the Taplow when I was walking around, I picked it up for £8, £7, thereabouts. My brain is nowhere near what it used to be. And I'm going to look at my little list here. I'm not going to lie. My little list says I paid, about £8 for it. And it flipped for $37.99. Customer asked and said, oh, could you not send it until Sunday or Monday as they're on a wedding? I was like, oh no. Because if I'm going to use Royal Mail, yes, you can then potentially delay shipping the product. You've got about 5 to 7 days you can use the label. But I like to use companies like DPD, which is like a next day delivery. It's a set price of £6.56 for these size items. 9 times out of 10 they get there safely. I know it's next day delivery and they're not here until, or home until, what did I say, Sunday night. So my gamble was, do I still send it DPD, and then ship it out on Saturday? But then eBay might give me a strike and say, well, you're delaying your postage. And I don't want that. So what I've messaged the buyer, I'm getting tongue tied. So I messaged the buyer last night and said, look, what we could do, I could do one or two things for you. I can actually cancel the purchase, right? I'll hold the TV. And then when you come home on Sunday, what I'll do, I'll relist it and I'll honour the price that you wanted to pay for it. I can then ship it Monday, you get it Tuesday. They sent a message, they said, look, don't worry about it. My neighbour would be in and my neighbour would take the delivery. If you want to ship it tomorrow, which is today, that'd be fine. So I'm like, well, it's up to you. I don't mind either way. But the last thing I want is to send it out and then for it to come back again and go through that rig and roll. So customer service wise, I'm trying to do what's best for the customer and the customer's best interest. So I don't know basically how long the DPD sticker is valid for. If I can hold on to it for a couple of days and ship it out on Saturday for a next day delivery for a Monday. Anyway, moving on. Again, it sold, like I said, £37.99. Next, I've got a Vinted to eBay sale. So, yep, that's a Vinted to eBay. And this is, I love picking these up at the right price, guys. This one is the TomTom 50 model. I'm always looking out for the TomToms. Because if you think about it, people don't always want to use the Wi-Fi in their mobile phones for Google Maps, Wave, etc., etc. I know you can probably get offload maps downloaded. However, people usually want to keep their phones separate than being on the dashboard, because a phone, yes, is potentially going to distract you with messages coming in, etc., etc. With a sat nav, you can literally car mount it. You can then forget about any incoming messages, etc., etc., which then distract you from your journey, right? And the last thing anyone wants is 3 points on their license adding up. So yeah, these go really, really well. You know, a lot of them are already preloaded with maps. You can download the latest software for free by registering your device as soon as you pick these up. You know, it's not exclusive to the original purchaser. You literally open your TomTom, open a TomTom account, register a new device. It'll have the code on there. Boom, 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 boom. Jobs are good. Anyway, so I paid a total of around about £8 for this before shipping. So an extra £3 or something. It's about £10 to £11. And yep, I flipped it for $37.99, guys. So bear that in mind. You know, certain TomToms do better than others. Truck, caravan, HGV. They are the big ones you're looking for. The bigger the screen also, but beware, the more the premium you're going to pay. So find a balance of what models suit your customer database. So I usually look for the 50, 52, 62, that sort of circa. You know, the Go Live 6000 model is pretty good as well. Right, guys, let's have a look. I also had this in the shop for about 8 to 10 months. Yep, another purchase when I was first starting out. Is a Paw Patrol. It's an interactive toy. It push buttons. It makes noises. You know, it's one of them things when you first start out, guys. You usually buy a lot of cuddly toys, a lot of interactive toys like this, thinking, yeah, you know, these would go well. Competition's too big on them, guys. Too many people have got them. You need to look for slightly niche kind of products. You know, I didn't know what I know now about going into eBay, put the product that you're searching, then you go into, I go into UK on the settings box, then go into sold, then I get to see the sell-through rate for the different products on how many have sold within the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months. Gives you an indication of, you know, the ratio of what customers are looking for, what's trending at the moment, guys. So bear that in mind. If you want, I can always go through that in a separate video with you. So yeah, more than happy. Anyway, I would have literally paid maybe £1 a car boot for this, thinking Paw Patrol, it does well. I've got loads of Paw Patrol plushes in boxes, etc., etc., thinking, yeah, this is the hype. It's not. I might just do either a car boot sale in the near future, or just donate them to charity, just so another kid can get some use out of them. But as you know, charity shops are seldomly taking donations at the moment, are they? Because they're overstocked, because they're overpricing things, because they've got overheads to pay. A lot of overs. Subsequently, they haven't got the stock room. Subsequently, when they do try and get rid of it, it's overpriced. No one's going to pay the price they want when they know they can go on Vinted and get it a lot cheaper. Right? Human psyche again, isn't it, guys? So anyway, cut a long story short, that's going abroad for £11.99. £11.99. So that kind of wraps up the few parcels I've got going out today, guys. So, done a quick tally up of what I would have spent in the past. Whoops, I just knocked the camera. What I would have spent in the past is £30, 50p. Yep. So not a great outlay, not a big outlay, you know, when you think about it. What's that, a weekly electric bill, isn't it? If you divide your electric bill over the year, it's about £30, 50p. Anyway, what did I get for it? 155 and 25p. Yeah, just 25p heads up at the end of the day. Right, so 155, 25. Guys, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing today in respect of what the day's plans are. It's still 7 o'clock in the morning. So obviously I'm going to get this lot shipped, packed, sent. I'll probably find another couple of charity shops. I found a couple of items yesterday. I don't know if you saw the tennis racket. That should do me well. Still to be listed at about £32 I can sell that for. You know, it's Wimbledon season. Like I say, picked up for £7. I've got the Brelo train wooden set, and that's kind of like a vintagey kind of item. The comps on them are really good. Picked up a big bag for £12, and the Culston Kids Till paid about £2.50 for. Should be able to flip that for about £9-10, just to bring that initial cost down to make the bigger items profit a lot more. Right, guys, on that note, I'll probably hit a couple of charity shops when I'm out there. I'm going to see where the day takes me. Right, guys, thanks very much. Don't forget, in the meantime, like, subscribe, follow, and I really appreciate that you're helping me grow this channel, guys. I'm now on about 400 subscribers, so thank you so much. It does mean a lot. Guys, thank you. Let your friends, your family know. And those I've noticed that are subscribers haven't added me on their notification bell. Please hit that subscription button, and then you'll know exactly when all my videos go up live. Thanks very much, guys. Have a fantastic day. Stay blessed. See you later. So I got those parcels dropped off today. While I was out, I got a couple of notifications come through from Vinted, and I had 2 orders to collect. One from an InPost locker, and the other one was good for our local Tesco's. Other shops are available that every delivered to, right? So I'm not sponsored. Right, I'll put my Specsavers on and let you know what I picked up and hopefully what the return is. Well, the address is on there, so I'm going to open it live, guys. I temporarily opened it, but not fully. So you got the sneak peek there, guys. You got the sneak peek, and I'm opening this live on camera. That way, there's no comeuppance should there be a discrepancy in the future, right? Right, looking good, guys. Looking good. So this one is the TomTom Go Classic. It's a 5-inch. Remember, I was saying about picking up TomToms because of obviously people don't want to use their phones and they can't always get network coverage. However, with the GPS, with the satellites, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be able to get signals. So I paid a total of £22. Yep, £22. I'm looking for a return on that, anything between 50, 60, 70. Again, I'll show you the comps online. Right, so just hope it's in the box. So we're going to open the box live on screen, live opening. Ooh, there you go. Oh, look at that. It's even got its protective cover on it. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. No other. Just needs a cable. It's got the USB thing in there, USB charger. So I reckon I can get a cable on, how to say it, ham and zone. Put them together, hammer zone. Other outlets obviously available. I hope I'm not going to get product placement on this. Right, the other item again was good for Vinted again. Here you'll see I paid £25 plus shipping in post. And this time it's a big bad boy, guys. £25. Just bear that in mind. 25. Boom! This one's a TomTom Go Discover. And this is a 7-inch. Who said size don't matter, guys? Stop. Don't comment on that. Don't comment. Right, so here we go. It's the usual TomTom box. It's got a start guide in there. That's what I like to see. It's going to help it sell. And it is a humongous. Obviously, it's a used item. I think on the description, yep, it said it just needs a suction cup. But it does come, however, with the USB cable and a charging port there. So I reckon I could get a charging dock. I mean, I can get an official one from the TomTom website, which can come in at around about £25 to £30. So that means I would have spent 50 on it. Might be able to get one online or Amazon for about 15 to 20. The reason I say that is this can possibly go for anything between, I paid 25, I'm going to put it up there. This can go for 70, 80, 90 pounds and above, guys. This is definitely one of the higher premium end products that TomTom do. So keep your eyes open for them. Guys, on that note, I'm going to keep sourcing. I've got loads to list and get them uploaded. So I'm going to test these by plugging them in, connect them to the Wi-Fi, connect them to the GPS satellites up there. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'll see it and I'll respond to you. Guys, the channel's great, as you can see up here now. And I am really, truly appreciative for joining me on this journey. So let's see where we can head in the right direction, guys. Let's head in the right direction. Much obliged. Don't forget, peace, love,